Dear Karenites, principals, vice principals, plus two in charges, and my very own dear students, past and present. This is your director, Big Sir, hailing you from the confines of his residence. Needless to say, I am greatly missing all of you, missing all those spontaneous sessions I would hold with you in the realms of the classrooms, or in an orderly fashion, my message to you during the morning assembly, or a pep talk on the cricket field, or brushing some of you up on your auditory prowess, or readying you for a debate competition, or witnessing your one-act plays competition, and even more, and observing and learning from you some nuances of life of a teenager. All these times have been woven together into a mesmerizing tapestry of St. Karen's memorabilia. A memorabilia so poignant that it is etched into every Karenite's mind and heart, which we can say time cannot efface. Meanwhile, I know and I dare say the cursed coronavirus has snapped its continuity presently and has left a gaping void in each of our hearts. I know that each of you are just longing to get back to school, and you realize, as much as I, nothing can replace what your school, St. Karen's, offers you. The countless opportunities your school offers you, the feasibility to contribute to the growth of yours and your schoolmates' happiness are just another intrinsic part of your life which binds us together. You've always taken a delight and a pride in venturing to achieve and to bring laurels to St. Karen's. The annual array of trophies you have steadfastly strived to earn adorn the school's showcases. These achievements manifest not just your talents, but also latent potential and your grim determination to succeed in various fields. This also is another hallmark of St. Karen's. All these have come to a standstill, leaving you forlorn, leaving you, I guess, with a morbid feeling of being robbed and denied of the otherwise rightful opportunities, not just to excel, but to lay the foundation bricks for a bright future. As your director, I miss your joyfully daily greetings, our sharings, counseling sessions, and our close and intimate encounters. The new session at school would have begun, and your principal and your team would have been there welcoming all of you on board. Most of you, as teenagers, have definitely grown and would have shown signs of sudden growth, physical and harmonic changes to our amusement. Your teachers perhaps would have made you doubly aware of the new responsibilities you would now have to take on and be accountable, and the new resolutions you would make to meet the new challenges. All these and more cannot be meted out because of the restrictions imposed. The restrictions imposed for the general good of society and our nation. Meanwhile, the principal and the academic team are zealously trying to live up to expectations in reaching out to you in the course of conducting their classes through the internet. This medium of instruction is a novelty for both you, the students, and the teachers. I'm happy to note that our students are fully cooperating with the teachers and thus helping them to do an excellent performance in catering to academic needs fruitfully. The teachers tell me that they take pleasure reaching out to you. Yes, this can only come about because of your mutual affection and respect and caring, and for that I thank you. It is great to know that you continue to keep the flame of respect and positive response to your teachers burning brightly within you. Today, you students of Standard 10 and 12 stand at the cornerstone of your careers. It's sort of a roadblock you're up against, defying your very ingenuity. Take heart from the fact that it was students like you of St. Karen's who, not just through dint of merit, but because of sheer determination and belief in themselves, built up the name and fame of St. Karen's, in whose glory today you proudly romp. Take heart from this fact. Remember, you have a duty to perform to yourself, to your parents, and to your alma mater, to keep the flag flying high in spite of the odds against you. I call upon each of you to keep the motto of your school, labor reaps reward, uppermost in your mind, and with its theme, shine to outshine, as an added impetus, grapple squarely with the task. And let us hear you say loud and clear, yes, I can. Thank you. This July, I will be hitting 84 years. Frankly, I've never felt as fit before. All because you are the wind beneath my sails. I live for a cause and I take pleasure for that cause. And that cause is you. I rejuvenate from the fact that I'm graced for being part of your life, where I'm helping you to be a Sachin, fearlessly batting against all odds. This is because you believe in yourself. You have the will to succeed. Remember, I've always told you to believe in yourself and that you have what it takes to make it count, to overcome. The stark reality is that when you will step out into the arena of employment, you'll want to lead. In which case, how will you instill belief in others if you don't have belief and confidence in yourself to lead? The time to cultivate and to nurture such qualities would be now in school itself. So, you should learn to take on responsibilities and enthusiastically execute them. In doing so, you will build your personality successfully for the future. Remember, your life is like an open book, and you are the author of your life story. You have the privilege and the opportunity to write every page of it. Crafted well, your story hopefully will become history one day. Destiny is giving you a chance right now to prove your worth. Face the issue gallantly and give it all. Remember that you are you. There never will be another you. Your thumb impression is absolutely unique. No one, just no one on the face of this earth has a similar one. You were molded to be different. This is the time to show it. Show up something in the making. Then time to come, you can boast to posterity. Remember, a storm such as this cannot last too long and will not. But you have to outlast it. Meanwhile, one cannot think of achieving or overcoming the challenges by staying in your comfort zone. You have to be up and about, striving to make a difference. Don't miss the opportunity. Opportunities come knocking once and go. The intelligent ones awaken to it, seize it, grapple it, and come out wearing the crown of success. Let that person be you. In order to achieve this, you have to stoke 3 fronts of your being. And for successful execution, the first major step would be to drop a plan and a time schedule. The physical aspects first. Stick to Baba Ramdev's deep breathing exercises daily for at least 10 minutes. If nothing else, try to add a little skipping. These will refresh your body and your mind and prepare it for the work at hand. The spiritual aspects second. Spend some time in prayer. Keep your mother and father in mind. They need divine assistance and guidance from God to keep them safe and healthy and the means to meet your needs. From the day you were conceived, your dear mother and father have been praying for you and still are every single day. Think about that. Recently, we celebrated Mother's Day. If you didn't, then you should now. Write a short note to her, better still in Hindi, telling her how much you appreciate her motherly care and dearly love her. Don't wait for annual days. Whenever the occasion warrants, write a thank you note to your parents and loved ones. They'll treasure the affection you have shown. Always remember that you mean the world to them. Also go in for reading religious texts every day. A prayer song or two will alleviate the mind. Finally, the mental aspects. In order to come through this ordeal, I need to request all of you to strictly adhere to your lesson plan each day. Stay in touch with your teachers and be candid enough to seek clarifications if the need arises. At times, you will have to learn to sacrifice and practice self-denial, especially where the distraction of the TV and social media is concerned. For you students, procrastination will be the bane. It will haunt you, tempt you. You must hold fast to your dreams to achieve some what may, and you will find you will not fall victim to the vice of procrastination. This in itself will go to the making of your character in a big way, making you bold and courageous. That done honestly will make you like the legendary Julius Caesar, walking through the triumphant arc of achievement very gleefully. I have one more request to make of each of you other than your studies. Do, please, I repeat, please, use this opportunity to cultivate the habit of reading. Believe me, that nothing can be more beneficial in the long run than the habit of reading. Yes, vary your reading. Just don't stick to one genre. Acquire knowledge of various types in various fields, and you will find a joy in living, in understanding, in working, in worshipping, in governing, in administering, in loyalty to our country, in respecting elders, in obedience to laws, in forgiving, forming good friendships, appreciating diversity in religions, caste, nationalities, in finding peace and ultimate happiness. The pains can go on and on, ultimately helping you in a very major way to mold yourself into a better human. That would be the art of living to perfection. Before I bring the curtain down, I must forewarn you that fear is the oldest and strongest emotion known to man. It is something deeply inscribed in our nervous system and our subconscious. In times of trouble, this fearful attitude of ours becomes particularly pernicious, that is, dangerous and destructive. And that is what is happening all around us today with today's situation. Such moments are when we need to solve problems, deal with reality, and move on. I would highly recommend that you take the cue from Napoleon Bonaparte himself. Napoleon Bonaparte represents a classic fearless type. In one of his innumerable campaigns, he expressed the words that could serve us Karenites as a motto to fearlessly face the challenges we are currently up against. The story runs thus. In the spring of 1800, Napoleon was preparing to lead an army into Italy. His field marshals warned him that the Alps were not possible at that time of the year. They told him to wait, even though waiting would spoil the chances of success. Napoleon replied to them, "For Napoleon's army there shall be no Alps." And then, mounted on a mule, Napoleon proceeded to personally lead his troops through the treacherous terrain and past innumerable obstacles. It was the force of one man's will that brought them through the Alps, catching the enemy by surprise and defeating them. Similarly, there are no Alps and no obstacles that stand in the way of a person without fear. And so I want each of you, as true Karenites, to raise your clenched fists into the air and to boldly and proudly proclaim, like Napoleon did, "For us Karenites, there will be no obstacles." That said, my dear students, set out to storm the Bastille. In response, I'd ask the principals, the vice principals, the teachers, the supporting staff and students to join and cheer for all St. Karen's achievements and success. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. God bless us all and keep us from all harm. Affectionately, your director, Jai Hind.